What is up, guys? Dynamite Fix here, back with another video, and today we're gonna run through the 2024 San Diego Comic-Con AEW figure reveals. Now, we ran through the WWE figure reveals, which was super awesome, but today we're gonna talk about all the reveals of the AEW figures. Kicking off with the AEW Ringside Collectibles exclusive Timeless Tony Storm. Just taking a look at this packaging is fantastic. I love the Hollywood inspiration with it. How it says AEW instead of Hollywood. I feel like that's a super cool added detail there. Another thing about this figure as well, it's black and white compared to like an actual colorized figure, so it's a really unique kind of one-on-one figure that you won't really see with many other figures unless they like do it again in the main line for Timeless Tony Storm. However, I really doubt it due to the fact it will ruin what makes this figure so special, but I'm really happy with how this release turned out. It comes with 2 interchangeable head scans, a AEW Women's World Championship, and some high heels. It makes me wonder if the AEW World title will be in black and white as well. That would actually be a pretty cool detail to add along with the figure itself. So, really happy with how this looks. And a nice little surprise that Ringside added there, because I didn't think we would actually get it in black and white. Next up, a figure I'm kind of disappointed about is the Unrivaled 16 Konosuke Takeshita. Now, I'm happy that we get a figure of him, but what I'm not happy about is the chase of the set. So, it's not going to be a regular line figure, which is super disappointing because I've been waiting for a Konosuke Takeshita for ages, and the fact that AEW has been making all these new stars become the ones that are like only limited to like 3 to 5,000 is beyond ridiculous. And also the head scan for this figure didn't really look that good in person, so I don't know. Now we need to wait even longer for a mainline Konosuke Takeshita, so I'm really bummed out about that. However, like if I do find it, I definitely would grab it, but I don't know, it kind of takes away from the experience of getting a mainline figure of him. Next up in the Unrivaled 16 wave, we have Colton Gunn. Now, this figure looks really good. The head scan's on point, I reckon. The attire looks really great. I don't know if it was the attire when they walked out to Many Men by 50 Cent, but I don't know. That's what this attire reminds me of, and I found that a super sick entrance for them. Comes with the AEW tag title that we've seen a million times, but I feel like it would kind of be weird if it didn't include an AEW tag title or a trios title, so I can see why they added that there. Comes with his tattoo details, and overall, this figure's a really good figure, highly detailed. You can't have Colton without Austin. We have Austin Gunn here, and I feel like this figure doesn't look as good as the Colton here, because we actually saw an in-person picture of the the Austin Gunn, and I don't know, I feel like the face scan was a tiny bit cartoonish, but a lot of the AEW figures are, and they just look a bit better in person. So hopefully this is the case with the Austin Gunn here. Same with the Austin here. We get the AEW World Tag title and also the headpiece with some sunglasses. So overall, not bad looking figure. It's the same matching gear to his tag team partner. Comes with his own little tattoos, which I like that they added the detail in there. So overall, a pretty good looking figure. Next up in Unrivaled 16, we have Julia Hart. Now, I know a lot of people will be happy to add this to their collection. I will probably add this to my collection to go with my House of Black, and also to add to my women's roster, because I don't know, I want to start collecting the women's figures because over the years they've gotten so good, and like I picked up some more women's figures as of late due to how good they've gotten, but in the past with like Mattel and all that, their figures like were very stiff. But I've gotten a lot of the AEW Jazzware figures, so hopefully this will be another good figure by them. It looks really good. The face scan's really good. Comes with good accessories. And one thing I'm happy with is it's actually a mainline figure. It's not just one of those chases that's so hard to get, like the bunny, for example. Next up, we saw some uncolored prototypes of AEW Unrivaled 17. We got Adam Copeland. Now, he is having a figure in Unmatched Series 10, which looks super dope, so I'm sure this figure will also look really good, because they seem to have captured the likeness of Adam Copeland really good. Probably one of the best likenesses they've gotten for and Jazzwares figures thus far, in my opinion. You could argue with that, but I don't know, I feel like they nailed the likeness with Adam Copeland, so hopefully this is another banger figure by Jazzwares here. Comes with a Rated R era t-shirt, so overall, I don't really know what to expect from this figure. It might be a bit too soon for it to be the blue attire that he wore when he versed Christian Cage, but I don't know. Should be a good figure nonetheless. Speaking of Christian Cage, here's the next figure announced for Unrivaled Series 17. Now, a lot of people are disappointed by the body mold. They reckon it looked too flabbish when he's like pretty leaned up, and I sort of do see where they're coming from, but I don't know. I feel like it worked for Christian. It's more jacked than his previous torsos in the Mattel line, when it was just like the Daniel Bryan torso. I feel like it was a bit too skinny, but they could have made it a tiny bit more jacked. But overall, still happy we're getting a Christian Cage figure. Hopefully, it will come with the AEW TNT title, which I imagine it would. Looks like we get an updated head scan with this as well. As you would have seen in the Unrivaled 9. His face scan was a tiny bit off, so hopefully they fix that up a little bit. Comes with his turtleneck singlet, along with his sort of jacket, so that will be pretty cool when he always talks about, oh, your father's dead. Like, it's an iconic look at this point for Christian Cage, so it should be a really good figure right here. Another figure we get in Unrivaled 17 is Swerve Strickland. And one, this isn't colorized, so I don't know what attire this would be. I want to see the like Bray Wyatt inspired attire. That would be super cool to see. But the head scan looks a bit off to me. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's just because it's not colored in yet, but I don't like the way it looks so far. So hopefully it looks a bit different once we get the final product. But overall, doesn't look like anything too crazy right here. I think I'm really surprised that we get is Ricky Starks, because I thought he was on his way out from AEW, so it will probably be the case that they will release this figure and then he would jump ship to someone like WWE or like leave AEW, because I've heard from like multiple places that he's gonna wrestle, just not for AEW, so I don't know what's going on with it there, but it seems to come with a probably gonna be a rubber jacket. I'm hoping it's like gonna be coming with the Owen Hart Cup trophy and belt, because that's pretty much the last thing he really done like significant, aside from like winning the tag titles with Big Bill. I don't know if that's his current name or not. I don't really keep too much up to date with AEW, but yeah, we're getting a Ricky Starks figure. Another figure that we again is Killswitch. So we previously had a Luchasaurus figure in the Unrivaled 5 collection, and now we are 12 series later, and he's finally getting another figure. His first figure was absolutely fantastic, so I'm sure this one will be just as good, if not a tiny bit better, if they fix the shin articulation there, which I know a lot of people are clamoring for. But yeah, so far the prototype image looks pretty good and pretty promising. A figure I'm super excited for is Willow Nightingale, because I'm actually a huge fan of her. I actually feel like she's a really good talent. So this is going to be a really cool figure, a really unique figure as well. Using like new tooling and all of that. The face scan, like, even though it's not painted in, it looks like a really good rendition of Willow Nightingale right there. And it looks like she's going to be getting a alternate version as well. Whether that's the rare or the chase is yet to be seen. But the only difference I noticed so far is just like the expression of the face scan. And like the molding looks the same for their outfit, but it will probably just be in like different colors. Next up, we got another Adam Copeland here. He's going to be the chase of Unrivaled Series 17. So I'm assuming that Willow will be the rare version. And this is like a beanie head sculpt. I don't know whether or not it will be removable. I don't think it is. It doesn't look like it. Comes with another Adam Copeland t-shirt and a vest. So, I mean, it's another Adam Copeland. They'll probably pump it out due to his popularity. So, I mean, another Adam Copeland to add to your Adam Copeland / Edge collection. We also had revealed the Unmatched Series 11 wave. So this wave looks really good thus far. We had Sting revealed to us, but it's actually Surfer Sting this time. Looks really good. I hope that the body is big enough and like isn't too slim. I hope it's like a bit jacked and a bit more beefed up than some of its figures, because I feel like it isn't. Some of their figures aren't as beefed up as what they should be, but gets two interchangeable head scans right here. I love the brightness of the yellow and red, so that looks pretty cool right there. You can't have Sting without Darby Allin, and we again Darby Allin in the Unmatched Series 11 as well. It looks like the same head scan as some of his previous figures, just with like different deco with the paint and all that. But man, another Darby Allin to add to your collection. You might have some updated face tattoos. So overall, another cool Darby Allin to add to your collection. Next up, we have in the Unmatched Series 11 wave, we have Bryan Danielson. Now, this Bryan Danielson is quite unique compared to some of his other AEW figures. These two head scans will feature the eye patch from when his eye was injured. I'm pretty sure that was from when Chris Jericho threw the fireball at him, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong there in the comments, but very unique gear as well. And what I like is the fact that this figure will feature the torso that everyone has been clamoring for, because we've all been saying that this Daniel Bryan torso is a bit too jacked and a bit too big for him, as where the Puck / Frankie Kazarian, MJF, whoever you want to call it, that torso would suit Bryan Danielson better. So hopefully that's the torso they actually end up going with, and it's not just the one they use for the prototype images. Yes, bruv, we again Will Ospreay. Now, super pumped about this. Probably one of my favorite reveals from today, because he's one of my favorite talents to watch in AEW at the moment. This is a very simple gear in my opinion compared to some of his other gears. One of the face scans look really good, like the straight face scan. That looks good for Will Ospreay. However, the screaming expression I'm not really a huge fan of. I feel like that looks a tad bit goofy, but we don't see any accessories thus far, so it would be cool to see him with the IWGP US title. However, I seriously doubt that they would have the rights to include that with the Will Ospreay figure, but super cool debut figure for Will Ospreay here. Next up in the Unmatched 11 wave, we have Switchblade Jay White. Now, this is going to be in his black and gold attire. His, I would say his kind of, like, most common attire that we see him in. Looks like a really cool figure here. I don't really see the differences between this and the Ringside Collectibles exclusive, aside from the packaging, maybe. I don't know, I'd preferably get the mainline figure, because it would be a bit cheaper if you're an international collector like I am. And it will be available at more retailers, so you have a better chance of getting this anyways, and it's practically the same figure with the same head sculpt. So overall, really good looking figure here. Next up in the Unmatched 11 wave, we are off with some bangers here. Like, first, Will Ospreay, Jay White. Like, we have so many bangers in this wave. And we added on to that list with Sky Blue. She's getting her first ever figure in the AEW lineup. And super cool figure as well. I feel like the attention to detail on her gear, her accessories, even the tattoos look really cool. Even the face scan as well. The face scan looks really, really good. So overall, I'm really happy that we're getting a Sky Blue in our AEW Women's Collection. Now, the rare figure of Unmatched Series 11 is going to be Sting. Now, this is going to be another rendition of his surfer gimmick, but it's going to be in the all black. His face paint kind of looks like Kiss inspired or something along those lines. But it looks like a really cool figure. Like, I prefer the more colourful Sting, because I'm more so into, like, colourful figures and stuff like that, because they pop out more. However, this figure itself, it looks really good. So, at least you have the two options there for the flashback collectors who would be, like, really excited for this figure. Next up, we have the chase for Unmatched Series 11, and that's going to be Jay White. So it's practically the same attire as the regular version. However, there's just a few color changes in the Bullet Club logos and the kind of switchblade logo on his pants. So there's that, and also a interchangeable t-shirt. And I don't know if it's actually confirmed or not, but I'm pretty sure it comes with the cardboard cutout of the Jay White. So overall, it's a pretty stacked figure for a chase. And see, this is the kind of chases I like, where it's like you still get a good addition for the main line, but you also get a cool addition for like the rare slash chase variant. So that's kind of what AEW needs to do in the future with their upcoming figures. Not just put someone like Konosuke Takeshita at the rare, where not many people have the opportunity to get them. So yeah, this is how they should do it. Now we get into some Vault figures. We have the, from the Vault series, we have a free pack including Sammy Guevara, Matt Hardy, and Kenny Omega. Now, Kenny Omega just looks like the same Kenny Omega from the Blood and Guts pack that came with John Moxley, except that it comes with an AEW Evolution t-shirt. Like, aside from that, no major differences here. Well, aside from not having blood all over him. This Matt Hardy legit just looks like a re-release of the Unrivaled Series 4, so, I mean, it's pretty cool that they re-releasing that, because I know it would probably be going for a tiny bit more money than what it did back then, due to being more rare and stuff like that. So, I mean, another chance to get that figure. The only thing I really like about the set is the Sammy Guevara. I feel like that's pretty unique. Comes with like a head scan we've seen with the Unmatched 5, I know, but I don't know, it's more so an iconic moment when he got hit with the golf car that I like more, so it would probably look cool in the packaging anyway. So I mean, another cool addition for the AEW collectors. We also got revealed a from the Vault Orange Cassidy. Now this kind of looks like a sketch figure as opposed to like a colored in figure. So it kind of looks just sketched out with a international championship. But what I like about this is it just say the international champion with along with AW. So no details added, which I find unique. The only thing I don't particularly like is the fact that we don't have as many releases of the International Championship yet, considering the fact that there's been a numerous amount of holders of that title. But mind you, like, they take years to release figures. Like, the figures coming out now are, like, based off of ties from, like, 1 to 2 years ago. So they are pretty late compared to Mattel in that regard, but I don't know, it looks like a pretty cool release. Very unique release, to say the least. And we're not stopping there with the Stings, because we have a Legacy free pack of Sting that is, I believe, coming out in the first quarter of 2025. It will include his Surfer look, his WCW look, and I think it's a like current Sting or like a Joker Sting. I'm not entirely sure. However, this is a pretty cool set. Like, I feel like the packaging's really unique to Sting. It's not like one of their standard packaging, so they go out of their way when it comes to from the Vault figures with their packaging and all that. This is a line I kind of thought was dead, but apparently not, is the AEW Supreme line. So we got two Supreme figures here. We have John Moxley. Now, one thing I'll say is these Supreme figures are unfortunately exclusive to Walmart, so it's going to be a huge pain in the ass to get them for international collectors. Unless they like at Smith's or something like that, you're pretty much screwed for the most part. We got John Moxley here. Now, even though he gets like a figure like every single set, I'm pretty happy that he's getting a Supreme figure, and it looks really good as well. The outfit looks good, and it comes with some new head sculpts here. We got a Screaming head sculpt, a kind of grimacing kind of look, and just a straight face. So hopefully these turn out really good. One thing I also noticed as well, his hair looks a bit shorter now, so I don't know if they're going with the shorter hair look for the Mox figures here, but I don't know, I'm really happy with this. Could potentially be his best AEW figures yet. Next up, we have a Will Ospreay Supreme. So, as I was saying about the attire before for Will Ospreay, I was kind of hoping for like the green with like the gold, and that's kind of what they're going with for the Supreme figure. So I kind of understand why they didn't do it for the Unmatched, but just sucks that I won't be able to get it at retail unless I like pay an arm and a leg, sell a limb online just to get it. So kind of disappointing, but it'll still be a cool figure, and if I find a way to get it, I'll be super stoked. It's just the fact that how expensive it will be. Next up, we have a free pack from the Vault. We have House of Black. Now, this is, I believe... No, they haven't had... Wait, have they? I'm not quite sure, because we had some House of Black shown off before, but I don't know if it was this one or not. It could have been because they did get announced for from the vault a bit earlier on, so it could be that. Comes with the trio titles, black and white, and also some face painted head sculpts. So overall, a very unique look and some deco change on the gear, but pretty cool look for the House of Black. Now, the full wave for Unrivaled Series 16 is going to be Orange Cassidy, Julia Hart, which we had a closer look earlier on. The Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, which I'm kind of surprised that they released in the Matt, considering he hasn't been there for a good 3 to 4 months, what feels like. Yeah, same with the Jeff Hardy. I'm pretty sure he recently just left, so the fact that is up for pre-order at the moment is kind of shocking. And then we have the Gun Club, which looks like really good figures. We also got a closer dive into the Jay Lethal Macho Man inspired action figure. Comes with the Ring of Honor World title, but it's the current one, not the one that he actually held at that time. So I don't know why that is. It could be due to copyright reasons, but that's weird because Tony Khan and AEW own Ring of Honor. So it would be kind of weird if it were for that reason, but nonetheless, it's still a cool addition to the collection since I don't have that title yet. But for Jay Lethal's first ever figure, looks really good. They captured the head sculpts quite well. Obviously, it's making different facial expressions compared to normal due to the fact he's in his macho gimmick, but overall, really satisfied with how this figure looks. Even the packaging as well is quite unique. I'm pretty sure this was from the first ever All-In event, so yeah, very good looking figure here. Now, we got AEW Unmatched Series 12 announced. Now, this is coming out in summer of 2025 for all of the US collectors. So, that will be in, like, June to, like, August, of 2025, which is so stupid. Why do we need to wait another year for, like, just 2 series? Like, that's so lame. But, we got Kenny Omega in this lineup. So, this could be any attire. And I'm kind of surprised they're still getting figures since he hasn't been on TV for quite a while. John Moxley, I can understand. The render shows that he comes with the International Championship, so I kind of hope he does. We got Roderick Strong, which is a pretty cool addition to the AEW collection. He only got the one Elite from Mattel, so it'll be cool to have him back into the collection. We got Mercedes Moné, which, I mean, I don't really care. I'm not the biggest fan of her whatsoever. I feel like she's heavily overrated. We got Juice Robinson, which looks like is going to be a really cool figure because he always goes out of his way when it comes to, like, it's the same with Rick Rude, like, always go out of their way with the detail on their attires. Then one figure I'm really surprised by is we get a Ric Flair, so makes me wonder what they're going to include with this Ric Flair. I'm kind of hoping we get an NWA title with this Ric Flair, so don't know if that will be the case or not. However, I feel like that would be a cool added detail there. We got Unrivaled 18 announced. We got Samoa Joe. Like, I don't really care. We've already got, like, 2 figures of him, and he never really changes his gear. Penta El Cielo Miedo. I don't know if that's going to be his Joker gear. I really hope it is, because we still haven't seen that in figure form. We got Mark Briscoe, which I'm actually kind of intrigued to see what that's going to be like. I really want to get the Briscoe brothers Tupac from the vault. So hopefully this is just as good if I don't have the opportunity to pick that up. We got Mariah May. Now, I don't know if this is going to be like her normal look or if it's going to be when she kind of copies Toni Storm. I feel like that would more so be good if it was like the chase, if like it was in a Toni Storm gimmick. We got Jack Perry, so I'm kind of intrigued to see how that will look. Hopefully it's updated with his current look. And then, of course, the figure of the set, in my opinion. Like, even though it hasn't been shown what it's going to look like, it's Kazuchika Okada. We'll probably get the Triple Crown Championship, or whatever they call it, championship with that figure. So, that'll be cool, along with the Kazuchika Okada right there. Okay, I'm kind of pissed off how good this figure looks, because we got the CEO Mercedes Moné figure, and I'm kind of sad of how good it looks, because I'm not a fan of her whatsoever. I just cannot buy into her. The packaging looks really good. It kind of looks like how the old style packaging for the Elite looked before we like from Elite 89 onwards. So kind of reminds me of that. We got an unpainted prototype here, and it looks really good. So, they kind of went out of their way with this Mercedes Moné figure. It is going to be a Shop AEW exclusive, so the only way you can get it is on Shop AEW. I don't know if it's going to be numbered. It doesn't say, just say that it's a limited edition for Shop AEW. We also took a look at what the new Hardy Boys would look like. So first off, we're going to take a look at Jeff. Now, one thing I'm confused by, like, the face scan's good and all of that, but why the, like, from the head down all black? Wasn't there meant to be a Jeff Hardy with, like, purple and stuff like that? So I'm kind of confused about that. Still looks like a good figure nonetheless. It's different from his Unmatched Series 9. However, I don't know, I would have preferred the purple arm sleeves. Same with Matt Hardy as well. He had a different figure than what we saw on display, which I'm really confused by. Because the one we saw on display didn't really have a t-shirt on. It's practically the same figure nonetheless. However, this had a painted on black t-shirt, so looks pretty cool nonetheless, but yeah, I don't know why it's different. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what were your favourite reveals shown at San Diego Comic Con, what were your favourite, and what were the figures that you kind of expected a bit better from. So let me know down in comments below. If you like this video, drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below, follow my Instagram at DynamiteFigs, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.